Second quarterfinal, second decision of the day. Who's going to be the third player from this open qualifier to go into the main qualifier? We have Johnny Cage defeating Knopf. We have Enter defeating Terra. And now it's between, once again, two fan favorites here. From Sweden, we have Thorzain, and his opponent comes from Germany, and he is WaN. The first map to battle this out is Twisted Meadows. Best of 3 for the top 8 of Europe.
A map we see very rarely nowadays. Usually it always gets vetoed, especially by the humans. But also, in my book, this is the worst map for Unit versus Orc, but WaN seems to be of a different opinion. Well, not only choosing a different map in the one veto scenario, but he had 2 vetoes, and still, let's twist it through, which is like, lol, dude, I had such a brain fart right now.
Yeah, I wanted to stop you, but then I thought, okay, maybe he's going from Undead Orc to Undead Human somehow, but nope.
Nope, that was just a massive brain fart. When? Well, then we can flip it around the other side, though. Thorzain, how did you not veto this?
Well, there's plenty of gold mines to expand, and humans like to expand against Undead.
And he's close position as well. If he goes for the laboratory creep, dude, that is so painful.
But humans don't really do that much anymore, I think. We're still having the Archmage. It's still pointing towards the laboratory. That is indeed risky.
Yeah, okay. It's not a fast Archmage, so this is no power build ultra. Yeah. WaN scout in the wrong direction, by the way. You don't want to scout in that direction. You want to scout in the other direction. Yeah. Slay a sheep on the way there. And if your opponent is there at the lab, you can show up with 1 sheep or 1 set of skeletons already, and then go for the next one with the corpses there. And that's disaster territory. But yeah, it might be disaster territory anyways.
Well, Thorzain pulling up the creeps here, so no boulders, no slow. But the Death Knight has the right instincts. WaN is moving over right away. Thorzain, you have to control this possible catastrophe.
First creep goes towards him at least, but dude, this rock golem is still full HP. The peasants are hurt already. Oh, this is not a good start. First coil gets the first kill on a peasant. Coil on cooldown for the time being, but he can't kill the trapper in time because he's just too tanky with the Cinder Fire. And now the AM is starting to feel the hurt here with the skeletons and the DK both going for him. Thorzain needs a Tome of Experience here, or is it still enough for level 2? It is.
It is. And the Belt of Giant Strength, which comes in handy as well against the skeleton damage that WaN is putting out. Good block from this DK. Both first heroes pretty hurt, but that level 2 is actually so important. Again, the aggressive coils by WaN. This Archmage is pretty brave, going toe-to-toe with this, with the death. And this turned out better than expected, yes. I guess. I mean, 2 peasants dead, alright, but he got the kills, he got the item, he got the tome, and the DK is solo.
A DK can do like nothing at the moment. He can perhaps creep himself with skeletons and fiends and whatever. And Thorzain, by the way, not expanding, he's 1 base teching.
Okay. This is cool to see because in the game against Happy on this map where he could have won the series, he decided to go for a super greedy fast expansion, and boy did he get punished for that. So it's a very different approach from that game. Getting some experience here with the skeletons, trying to get in range for some more fireballs on the DK.
Yeah, both heroes low HP here. This is scary for both DK and AM. More right clicks, down to less than 100 now. Yeah. This DK's options are severely limited.
And only 1 coil. Thank you, Knopf, for the host. The Archmage can survive 2 coils.
Fiend, perhaps, walking into a surround. Nice movement on the footies, and he gets that surround, dude.
Picture perfect, smooth as silk. Was this surround by Thorzain, and the DK, he has to run away again. Wow. Fiend kill, and DK is down to 40 HP.
Thorzain is looking killer again.
And surround just to show off. This is just... Come at me, bro. I'm on fire today. This is what this surround on the skeletons was.
And WaN, uncharacteristically, falls for one of the rather novice player mistakes of dropping super low HP on the DK. If this happens in the early game, there's basically nothing you can do. He's going to have to go for a healing potion, and with that he's going to be in slightly better shape, but at the moment he still doesn't have enough. Or doesn't have that ready, I should say. Oh, surround, get on the DK almost!
Footman falls, and the DK got a steal. Water Elemental falls as well, but no experience for the Undead here.
Boots for the Lich, for the AM. Has to be afraid though, when the Lich comes out, he could just instantly die to Coil Nova out of fog. And he doesn't exactly know about the timing of the tech. We know, of course. And it's around again, are you serious? And he keeps it close with the next footy. What the hell, Thorzain?
He was trying to fight out, but
Oh my god.
How fast did he close this encirclement again?
Dude. That was some Chimico level play right there.
Yeah, and the block on the skeleton with the water elemental.
This is, I mean, it's one base rifle, so I wouldn't call this GG, but this is one hell of an early game.
Chat is asking right now, has Thorzain a good day? The answer is yes, with 1,000 exclamation marks.
Last hit stolen by the Water Elemental also. That's level 3 AM versus level 1 Death Knight. If he surrounds his Fiend again, it's just time to GG out, dude. Oh, don't tell me he does it again. Don't tell me he does it again. Don't tell me he does this again. He got it! What?
Did someone program an AI, let it play perfect, and call it Thorzain?
Forces are under
Dude.
attack.
Dude. What the hell?
He got
is going
3
on?
fiends. And a TP. And the DK is at like 10 HP or something. I can't wait for the chat to catch up to see these plays of the
It
sweep.
looks like he's playing against a 50% player. And it's not like one who's actually playing so badly. He's making a few mistakes here and there, yes, but it's nothing outrageous. It's just Thorzain in God mode right now.
Also nice to see the Mountain King here to control everything. The Archmage is safe in the bag because he knows that Coil Nova is around the corner. I am
3 Fiends lost in the early game. This should be GG, honestly.
trying to surround the Lich, but WaN is playing
Can he get
against
him as
it.
well? He does get him as well!
You kidding me? And he closes it again.
What is going on? If he gets the DK. He was almost stuck against the trees, dude. No way.
Loses a footman over it. He's chasing the Archmage now. There's one more coil. He's right above the threshold. Chasing, chasing, chasing. This will be a TP, I guess. Frostborn hungers.
That's gonna be TP forced. He can just coil, like fake coil.
Trying, pump faking. But Thorzain, too smart. Waiting for it, so the mana is wasted as well.
Holy shit, Thorzain. What the hell was this?
He's going Workshop Griffin Avery Castle.
Gyros? Griffins? That's kind of weird. Okay. Must be Paladin as well. As he's hitting tier 3 here. Holy shit, Thorzain. And I thought he didn't have much time to practice. I thought he might be out of shape.
A player's forces are under attack.
I was about to say like someone called a doctor for WaN, but rather not. Saw that it's just slicing him open everywhere. But alright. WaN is at tier 3. WaN is still in this game, not giving this up. Orb of Corruption is on the field. Never give up a game before like the heroes are dead, especially in this matchup. But the humans tier 3 was so easily doable. Here's the Paladin, here's the Knights.
Yeah, usually human struggles to get to tier 3, to get all this stuff up. In the meantime, he's losing things and, yeah, has a tough early and mid game. But, dude, Thorzain. With an insane performance. This MK is almost level 3 already.
Yeah, look at this inventory. Super tanky, super fast, so much mana regen. But the Archmage is quite naked. I mean, the Paladin is coming to help him out, but no TP. That could be WaN's chance, actually. We don't see a third hero yet. I'd love to see a Dreadlord. Or just dual hero.
Expansion attempt by WaN. Is this a bit of a desperate attempt already?
I think so. Might come as a surprise. Mountain King is close to 3. Archmage is 3. Death Knight is 3 as well. But as soon as he sees blue, he just runs away. Could use the Holy
WaN
Light
and
as a
Enter
move.
both usually don't like Frost Armor too much. I think he's got Dark Ritual, right?
Yes.
Against Knights, you really want Frost Armor. And again, the surround with 4 units. That is Fiend number 4 dying.
And now Stormbolt damage and stun duration intensifies. Yes, he can coil against it for a little. But the positioning of Thorzain's units is just so good. WaN denying the XP here.
Holy crap. And the Flying Machine, by the way, did scout the expansion. So that's not going to come as a surprise.
Player's forces are under attack.
Griffin's Knights now. What a strong undead army this is going to be. But if... Oh, he scouted the Expo with a Flying Machine. Nice to have that scout around.
Thorzain can't really deal with destroyers, but everything else is gonna be fair game.
And he can just go into more gyros. There's no real solution against gyros. I'm not sure if he has Web yet. Haven't seen it.
Good old Knights gyros. This used to be the meta, like, a long time ago. Fast expansion, human. Of course, this was different, but then going into Knights gyros. The Griffin here, the one for flavor, is a little different.
Player's forces are under attack.
It's decent damage anyway. He really likes the surrounds today, even against the creeps.
Expansion is up though. Is starting to mine. Paladin, call Nova, focus fire. There's a staff ready for him, but doesn't have to use it yet. Oh, the statue will have to be morphed here into a destroyer unless that... Otherwise the one's gonna fall. Fiend lost again. Experience denied at least with the Dark Ritual. Only one Fiend left.
Yeah, I feel like WaN is starting to get some plays here. He bought a lot of time in that skirmish, keeping the human army far away from his expansion, not losing too much. I mean, obviously there's still a big supply lead for the human, but he will be able to catch up very soon once this expo is saturated. At the moment, only 2 acolytes, so he needs more time. On the other side, he can't allow Thorzain to creep too much, because this is twisted and you can get 5/5/5 heroes very fast.
And Thorzain, he's lining up a big push. He's at 58 supply already. 8 gyrocopters now. Could go for 9. Another Knight is coming out. And Paladin level 2, not too far away. This next attack is going to be extremely difficult for WaN to hold.
Yeah. The Lich is a force to be reckoned with, though. Plus 14. Lots of mana for Nova. But Nova doesn't work against gyrocopters. What's the solution against gyrocopters? He has 2 Fiends.
There's nothing.
Is it.
There's like absolutely nothing against them. Silence against the creep camp. Not exactly ideal when you have destroyers, actually, but alright. Orb of Darkness with this more anti-air attack as well. Going for the Dark Ranger right away with the Stormbolt and the focus, and the third hero falls. As Thorzain saw him over there. I think with the flying machines, they have great vision, even during nighttime. Coming in surprisingly for that creep jack, and now level 2 paladin with a divine shield now available. This becomes a lot easier to keep this hero alive.
Dark Ranger's coming back. Doesn't take that long. Attack upgrades for WaN. He really doesn't want to break upkeep. Doesn't have the ziggurats for it. Can he buy time for the Nerubian tower and maybe even another tower?
But can't deal with the flying machines.
No.
Not enough webs. Just forcing the destroyers back time after time, and the straggler fiends easily being picked off by the stormbolts, by the knights.
Destroyer is also already hurt. Mana has to be used. 4 knights. Good water elementals. Only level 2. So can he play the kiting game to buy more time for the gold income? He's losing too many fiends for that, man.
Yeah,
Now level 2 Holy Light as well.
Exactly. Oh. Really good starter set micro on the flying machines also, by the way. Dude, Thorzain, we saw plenty of world-class players in Chinese competition over the last couple of days, but I think this is the most perfect game we've seen in weeks.
Yeah, I think so too. Let the Dark Ranger slip, but I guess with Stormbolt, that doesn't really matter. Just came out of the altar. Maybe she thinks it's cozy there, wants to get back. While now fighting at home, Staff of Sanctuary to save that knight. Almost a surround via skeletons. A little bit of the ground army is bruised, but it should be fine. He's keeping the Archmage. He's playing this entire game without a TP, by the way. against Coil Nova. That's so brave.
A lot of skeletons here now. And the knights are starting to fall. This is quite a few losses now going the way. And the DK gets around it again. No Stormbolt required for this one. He's trying to fight his way out, and he will be able to. The silence there was key to prevent the Stormbolt coming in. And WaN retreats back to his base. Once again, the heroes in slow range. The next Griffin has fallen. Actually, this might not just be over.
WaN might start a comeback indeed. I told you, he's getting the place. Maybe he's getting the momentum back into his side. But the heroes of the human are really, really strong. Can he nuke somehow? There's one more Nova. Trying to get the ghoul in front to block the paladin even further, but oh, Coil Nova, Mountain King overshooting just a little, or undershooting just a little.
Oh, that was so close.
Does he have one more? He has coils, that's for sure. Holy Light for once. There's Invo Potion as well. Oh, but nothing on the paladin. There's also no mana for Divine. Ah, there's mana for Divine. She doesn't cost too much. Can he outblock him? WaN's micro is not the worst either. Man, he's blocking him for so long, but the staff is on cooldown.
Gave him the invul though.
Oh, yeah. He did.
And has to use it right away.
Dicey
Scary
situation indeed.
though.
Big
Double
props
staff
to
now.
Yeah, big props to WaN for not giving up this game after the... How many fiends did he lose? 6 or so? And the Expo is still running. He didn't kill it.
Not mining for the time being though. And this Undead Force is still very small. Strong heroes. But only heroes and statues basically.
A player's forces are under attack.
Knights now looking for the chase down kill of the statue. Surprised to not see it morph, but that would be just flying right into the arms of the flying machines who are already waiting.
Yeah, lots of wasted resources. Okay, yeah. No acolytes as you see. Whew, does he have the resources? Oh, the blocks. The blocks in this game by both players are fantastic.
Yeah, Thorzain honestly deserves this game a lot more than WaN does. But it's not over yet. Silence, Coil Nova, AM, whoo, Holy Light. And here you can see why the level 3 paladin is so important. Stormbolt, this fiend, is most certainly dead. WaN realizing, denies it at least for a bit more mana.
The flying
But it's
machines
so hard to fight against these knights head
Yeah.
to head without frost armor.
The flying machines now, of course, are dead supply. They don't really do too much. They do have landmines, so they can always take out the acolytes. You can separate them from the main army, send them to the expansion, kill the acolytes
Player's
again.
forces are under attack.
But apart from that, doesn't do too much.
Oh!
What? Where
Just like that.
the hell did that come from? And now there's silence on the paladin. Not anymore. He could go into Divine Shield. He's trying to get a revenge kill on this DK. Weird situation here. He is surrounded again. I can't believe it. Potion was there to save him for a little, but no TP. And he loses the first hero. Okay, but he gets the revenge kill in no time.
Can he find the surround on the lich as well? Stormbolt makes it pretty easy, actually. WaN almost fought his way back into this game. Is it going to be a return kill on the paladin? He hits level 4. And makes it back to the safety
my God.
of something. Dark Ranger, is it the 3rd hero kill? Really? Really, Thorzain? Are you so relentless? Holy shit.
What kind of question was that? Can he get the surround? Of course. Of course he can.
And there's another one. Paladin very low though, but there is a staff on the MK.
A player's forces
Buyback on the Archmage. A little sloppy to not go for more invuls there by Thorzain. That almost came to cost him, but at the end of the day, he still had 56 supply against WaN's 35. But WaN is mining at the expansion once more. But with only a Dark Ranger, he can't fight. Not for a long time.
No. You know, I go to a lot of concerts, man, but I haven't seen that many circle pits in forever. And now it's time to slay this expansion. With all the night damage coming in, with the Archmage being back. The tower does a little bit, buying some time, yeah. DK bought back from the tavern too. WaN's last stand.
So much damage from these knights. And people say knights are bad units. What the hell? AM, by the way, have you noticed he never summons water elementals anymore? Oh, focus on the Dark Ranger. Bolt followed by a Holy Light. Silence on the MK. No Stormbolt for the time being. DK doesn't have mana for a coil. Silence going to be wearing off here. This could be the next hero kill. MK with the boots. Good item. Stormbolt long range gets the next hero kill. Making it, what, 4 in this game or something?
I think so too, yeah. Dark Ranger never really got off her feet.
Main's about to expire, by the way. For both, obviously. The expansion is extremely exposed, though. There's no holding on to that one. Or is there? WaN, can he magically find a hero kill perhaps again? This is the only way.
Unsummons the Haunted Goldmine. And where to get income now? Thorzain should have plenty of time to establish a new town hall.
Yeah,
Doesn't have the most
four
resources.
For him. It's like so good.
One has no consumables, also no Dark Ranger. How many surrounds will we see now?
He's got one Stormbolt. He's looking for no hero kill just yet. He's going to be satisfied with the Fiend. Stormbolt, right-click damage from the Knight. So easy to find those kills. Once again, no Frost Armor.
One only going for the Archmage, and he gets it! Again, Coil Nova out of nowhere.
A player's forces are under attack.
But still, there's the Paladin Mountain King combo, who's also super scary.
That's the last Stormbolt, though. Does he get the surround with it? He's trying to anti-surround him with the Lich. I think it's still blocked. No, it is! He's stuck. He can't fight out.
Death Knight dies for the second time. That's level 5, and another surround on this Fiend. One ring after the next.
Oh my god. And the next Stormbolt.
And the next
surround
one, of course. Thorzain, the Lord of the Rings.
No mercy against these undead units.
And another one.
Imagine this A-bomb with Frost Armor. Would have been so much more tanky. But
Another
with the
Nova
Dark
coming
Rituals,
soon.
he got a lot of denies off. And mana as well, by the way. Uh-oh, the Lich. Eyeing up the next surround. There's one Stormbolt ready right now. Going for the Dark Ranger. And that's an easy surround if you're Thorzain.
Dark Ranger's dying for the 5th time, 6th time, I don't know. And the Lich, if the Lich falls, everything falls. He's out, GG! What a game! What a game! What a performance by Thorzain in this early game.
Yeah, that was pretty insane. That was pretty insane. Very slight mistakes with not having enough involves on the AM. Also, that Belt of Giant Strength should have been on the AM. But that was it. Other than that, this game was like as perfect as it gets.
Big props to WaN for holding on and trying everything to claw his way back into the game. It almost worked with the one Archmage kill and the one fight in his base, but there was just too many hero kills, too many surrounds. But for a game that started with 5 Fiend losses or something, that was pretty decent, actually, by WaN.
Yep. Thorzain, he could have just counter-expanded, but he was willing to just push his advantage and look for more fights, which made for a very interesting game, very entertaining game indeed.
1-0 for Thorzain. We were all pretty disappointed when he couldn't seal the deal at the legendary qualifiers for MTW. But now he's just one map away from the main qualifier for WGL.
Thank you, CFK91 with a 3-month resub. Much love, guys, he says. Thank you very much.
Looking for a result for the last remaining quarterfinal, Mo's versus Please, but we don't have a result there yet.
Thorzain playing once again an unusual style. Against Happy, it was the Pally rifles, in some of the games at least. And now this, yeah. One base tier 3, which was considered for the longest time to be unplayable. But, I mean, with an early game like that, I guess everything is playable. Especially that, like, those first 2 surrounds against the Fiends. That footy micro was just perfect, just impeccable.
Yeah. Some days, man. Just some days with Thorzain. But WaN was getting better into the game, like more and more and more. The longer the game went, he got better moves here.
WaN is really good at finding those perfect snapshot kills with the Coil Nova out of nowhere. He got it on the AM twice, he almost got it on the MK as well. If he gets that kill, perhaps he can swing the game around.
Yeah. Thorzain is in the lobby here saying the belt of giant strength saved me there. And yeah, he's kind of right. Otherwise, it could have been a disaster for him. Unbelievable. Unbelievable series already. WaN and Thorzain both in fighting spirit. We go into last refuge.
All right, map number 2. What will we be seeing here? Is it gonna be another bit of an unusual build or what? For one, we have the normal build, which is looking like the Ted Fiend opening. And on Thorzain's side, I was hoping he would play this. We saw it earlier already, the Pally rifles are coming in from Contempt. But Thorzain is a level above. His execution should be a little bit crisper. And already we saw WaN displaying that he likes to play Fiends against this. And I don't know if that's the right way to go, honestly. Once again, I'm going to be looking very closely at how these players face off against each other here as Thorzain. He brought popularity again to this build. Him and Hawk going for the Pally rifles. As we see here, Altar, Barracks, and Blacksmith, along with a farm, all coming up at the same time.
Indeed. A Thorzain special, if we might call it that. He has displayed that this is a very, very, very powerful tactic in the show match against Happy. And WaN against Contempt, to be fair, didn't look too strong against it. I mean, he won, of course, but Contempt is a different player than Thorzain is. Like, I don't want to be biased here or anything, but I really, really hope that WaN wins this so we get game 3.
I can absolutely get behind that, and I think most of our viewers here would agree.
Yes.
Acolyte scouts this early. This was already the case against Contempt earlier on, but nothing really differed too much. It was still a fast tech, it was still Fiends coming out later, it was still a Lich followed up with a Dark Ranger, and a few A-bombs later on. So basically super standard undead play, which oftentimes can find itself running into a wall against this style if the human executes it well. It's all about creeping, it's all about levels, get that level 4 Paladin early, and later on the Blood Mage on tier 2. And I think that is the key part, get him to level 3 quickly, something that Contempt never managed to pull off, really.
Yeah. On last refuge, this is not too easy, but doable, depending on how much time WaN will give him. Well, okay, I thought he's going for the expansion. What? No. Not with 2 skeletons only. Ted Fiend build by WaN. Going a safe route, I guess. Creeping on his side of the map. Going for consumables here, which will benefit him in the early game, like sentry wards. A lot of scouting items here to be used. First Rifleman is out, blocking the path here with the farms. And yeah, Militia called.
It would have been possible for the DK to run across the map and kill the Ogre Warrior before the Paladin can even get there, actually. It would have netted him an item as well as a bit of experience, but then you have to fall back and the next creeping isn't going to be so easily done. I think the Paladin isn't taking any damage here. He's taking all the damage on the Peasants and Rifles, whom he can heal up, of course. That's the issue, or can be the issue, with creeping with this strat. The Paladin is kind of the tank, but you don't really want him to tank, because he can't heal himself, of course. That would be pretty insane if DK and Paladin could heal themselves. But this is not, I don't know, Heroes of the Storm or whatever.
Replenishment is very nice for WaN, I guess. Can tank a little more with the DK. Used only 1 coil thus far and gets the High Priest as well here. Wand of Illusion. It's a pretty decent start for WaN.
Level 2 here, quickly for both first heroes. Ideally, Thorzain would like to be left alone. He's got 4 rifles already. He can creep up much more quickly than WaN can, so perhaps it's going to be in WaN's best interest to go for a bit of delaying tactics right now. Poke in here and there. And whoa! This is actually a Pally Rifles expansion?
Yep, thought the same. I was just comparing the tech. I was like, okay, there's no Swedish tech here. Can WaN steal this? Playing, oh, Thorzain playing so nicely around this with all the damage combined.
Oh, block. Dude, surrounding a DK with rifles is not easy, but this is Thorzain.
Pump faking, and like Thorzain got the entirety of the camp, right? Okay, there's one trapper set up for grabs.
He's like not giving him any opening.
How well he controls this early game is fascinating.
I got some PTSD right now. Like, if you play against a good rifle player on ladder, it's so frustrating. Like, it's so hard to do. And and Thorzain.
Yeah, I only play against Florentine Will. That's totally fine.
Who also begins with TH, by the way. He's playing this super well.
Fast tech by WaN, though. Lich is on the way. It's gonna be a long time for Thorzain until he has casters or flying machines or mortars or whatever, or even a second hero. So, WaN, what do you do with your time? Tech immediately, or creep up, or expand, maybe? There's a sacrificial skull.
Players' forces are under attack.
Okay, counter expansion. 2 base versus 2 base. Well, that is pretty cool. Lich second. On the way. Of course, the tech for Thorzain is going to be much, much, much slower.
But Thorzain's damage is so good that he could snipe the Magi here at the right-hand mercenary camp. For the greater mana. That's so much Holy Light spam.
Good illusion usage here still. Oh, but the illusion revealed the sacrificial skull, by the way.
Ah,
this should
if
already...
he checked the inventory.
Yeah, he must have. He must have. This is Thorzain, dude. Are you kidding me?
Okay, okay.
All the rifles here pretty hurt. It's not exactly ideal for the paladin. You want to have only one to heal that one up. So a regen scroll would be very nice, but we don't even have a shop yet. Instead, it's the tech coming in for Thorzain now. Level 3 for the DK. Level 1 on the Lich only. Coil Nova immediately. What did he Holy Light? Was that a skeleton?
I'm not
DK
sure,
perhaps?
actually.
Oh, and he's trying to surround. Here he got plenty surrounded last game, and he gets the paladin. And he can't fight his way out. The skeleton is replaced by the fiend quickly enough, but the cloak of shadows coming in. Everything being utilized here.
Seriously, there's this 1 in 100 game where the shadow cloak is really useful. This is one of them.
And that's not a dead rifleman with a coil.
He gets so many kills.
Dude, that was at least 3. There may have been even 4 rifles, actually.
And of course, the Undead is on the way to tier 3. Doesn't take that long for him. And the expansion is established. WaN is getting so much stuff done. And there's not much defense. This was pretty typical for Thorzain in the game against Happy as well. No, not much static defense.
Undead heroes, though, now pretty much completely out of mana, which makes fighting against these rifles backed up by a paladin very hard. Few peasants were lost, I think 3, but at the end of the day, that's not too painful.
Still decent damage output now, and he is close to the, or kind of getting close to the magical level 4 paladin. And so far, WaN has to retreat the blocks again.
Fiend. Is he gonna get the surround? Is he gonna get it? Oh, blocking at least, and a Holy Light would execute him. But going for the defensive Holy Light.
Yeah, both utilizing their spells defensively.
Tier 2 still not done though. This Blood Mage is gonna be really late.
Yep.
When in the meantime, WaN, he's got tier 3 on the way. He's got a temple and a slaughterhouse. Is he going Necros?
Did he play too much PTR? Or is he going for Curse early? I mean, there's no Dispel.
Yeah. Curse, I mean, is always good, but Banshees do die quickly to rifles as soon as they're in range.
Thorzain diving into the base now, or into the expansion now. Yeah, some towers left.
Sooner or later, there's going to be a TP forced, but Thorzain's going to try to make this as expensive for the Undead as possible. 3 Acolytes killed off already.
It's not that bad for WaN, though. I mean, the Necropolis is coming there, so he can replenish these Acolytes in almost no time. He killed a few Riflemen, he got the TP off, and tier 3 is done now.
Yeah.
It is statues first.
So here comes the Blood Mage second. Finally gonna be out. I don't know. I think I would have preferred to see a tier 2 expansion here from Thorzain, maybe. Like, this is gonna be so hard now to level this Blood Mage. And he didn't get to the critical mass of rifles too quickly. Also, the upgrades were a little late. And WaN. Okay, what's he going for? Fiends? Nothing out of the temple just yet.
Is it 40 supply? Thorzain at 50. Statue is important. Has to run out of Siphon mana range. Does so. Second consumable of the map goes to Thorzain as well. He's still holding on to the greater mana. He has so much mana now to work with the Siphon and the potion.
Greater interval, greater mana. These are the two best items. Well, I guess you could make an argument for the Shoulder Beast with these rifles. But those two are also amazing.
Still producing acolytes.
Well, wants to go for a Dark Ranger here, as it seems.
Yep, there we go.
There she goes.
Can snowball with Rifleman, of course.
Yeah. And good for the silence on the Siphoning Blood Mage also. Blood Mage very far forward indeed, but double silence onto the two human heroes. And that means no healing for the Blood Mage over here, and he doesn't have anything to stay alive with. The Scroll of Healing actually barely saving him. Jesus Christ, that was close.
And the Holy Light, another coil use. That's the last one. Siphon. There's one more Nova, but I guess he's gonna Siphon against that as well. Level 4 on the Paladin. Nova again. Is that enough damage this time? I think. Oh, there's still silence on the Pally.
Wow, I thought for sure this Blood Mage was dead. But survives. And the DK is out of mana. That means absolutely no healing for the Undead side and plenty of healing for the human side. This is usually how the fight turns around.
Yep, but one doesn't have to fight. He doesn't have to break the expansion. It's one of the rare cases where the Undead is not on a timer. He's creating a wall of creeps here between the two. Don't know if that's the best idea. First Abomination is in.
Oh, silence again, but no Coil Nova to fear. There was a Coil Nova actually. That could have perhaps. No Nova, excuse me.
No, he wanted, and he has to save the Abomination. That's more important. Temple is active. Banshee's coming for Curse and Anti-Magic. Now that he has a blocker in front, Fiend as a buffer, and then Casters and Statues behind. That might work out well.
Yeah, this army that Thorzain is assembling is very strong, lots of damage output, and also pretty tanky, but has no Dispel at all. There's no priests anywhere in sight. We only have rifles and griffins. Kind of glass cannon. And the paladin helps out with the survivability.
Yeah. We're gonna get anti-magic shell against the Holy Light and Griffin attacks. Double Griffin Aviary, by the way. For Thorzain. He arrived on tier 3. This is such an interesting game already. An unusual game. Thorzain forces his opponent into unusual games most of the time. This is where he's the smartest. Not the robotic games, where it's just about micro, but it's about adapting.
Bell of Giant Strength for the Blood Mage is actually really nice. So he doesn't die so easily to the Coil Nova.
So red spot for WaN now. Brilliance Aura is the absolute dream. Hood of Cunning is a nightmare. Well, for the Lich it's good, it's attack speed and damage and mana, but mostly the worst here. Level 3 Lich. Expansion still standing and fully mining.
Adept still no disease cloud, by the way, for these A-bombs, which would be a big...
Remember the last time a German undead was in a open qualifier quarterfinal and he lost the game because he had no disease cloud? That's exactly half a year ago. Banshee immediately sniped. Huh?
Is that going to be repeating? Is the question. But this fight hasn't even broken out yet, and the DK is out of mana. He can't fight anymore. It's not viable. It's TP out.
Both are almost maxed out in supply. They don't really want to break upkeep, at least not yet. Web is coming only now as well. WaN was absolutely not prepared for this fight. Upgrades coming. Animal War Train. Defense upgrades. Second one already, plus the Devotion Aura. Mountain King third, but he's only gonna be level 1.
Forces are under attack.
And now red spot for Thorzain. On the other side, Flute would be great. Or the Roll of the Magi for the Lich for even more damage.
Plenty of A-bombs. But we have quite a few Griffins. Rifles at 2-2, Griffins at 0-2.
Legion
Oh, and the
Doomhorn.
Unholy Aura. Hell yes.
Movement speed on the slow army. We have a Wand of the Wind and no Dispel. He could prevent Holy Lights with that. And opt for hero kills. Is WaN ready for the fight now?
Needs more anti-magic. I don't think this is enough Banshees. He only has 2 Banshees. But Thorzain's gonna force the fight here. With a Stormbolt, with the Griffin Hammers coming in, and the DK getting drained already. DK out of mana. No more coils already. So early on. One of the Wind coming in. Blood Mage up in the air. MK dropping very low. Massive Nova into the back and hitting 5 of the Riflemen. That was amazing. It's actually Clap here coming in with level 2. And Thorzain is dropping low everywhere. More Holy Light coming in from the Paladin as well. And the Griffins stuck in the front. They can't retreat. 2 of them dying, 3 of them dying, soon to be 4 of them dying. DK, yes, he's out of mana pretty much always, but the other heroes, the Dark Ranger and the Lich, did a great job at the beginning of this fight. Coil coming in defensively once again towards the Fiend, saving that one. Thorzain still at 80 supply, but so much is on the platter right now. Webs coming in, more and more Nova hitting. But can the heroes prevail perhaps? The mana advantage is still massively on the Swedish side.
That save with the Banish was absolutely glorious on the Griffin. There comes Holy Light. Another clap. Very hard to retreat for WaN now. He has to go all in, but I think his army is plummeting. He needs to take out this one more Griffin, I feel. Constant Siphon. Constantly dry DK, and yet another kill. Potion of Mana being used from the shop here. Glad that he built one. 74 supply against 70. There is staffs. At least one. Is that a bait with the Blood Mage? He was a little out of position.
Yeah, but he's pretty safe. He's got Holy Light to rely on. He's got the Invul still.
Yeah. Oh, WaN forgot 2 Fiends in the main. 6 supply, not in this fight.
Rally point set back there because he was remaking ghouls or making more ghouls. Ouch, that hurts.
He's not seeing it yet. He must
Both
feel it.
at 74.
Upgrades, by the way, 2-0 on Fiends, 0-2 on Griffins, 7.5 armor, 2-2 on the Rifleman.
Level 4 Blood Mage. That's actually a level which matters very, very little only.
He found the Fiends, alright.
Paladin, though, almost level 5. MK, is he close to 3? He's pretty close to 3, actually. If these heroes are 5, 4, 3, that's insane. And there's a lab right there. That's a level 3 and 5, perhaps, even.
A player's forces are under attack.
Thorzain's here to defend, though, now with his main army. Coming in with a pally and everything else. And the Lich with quite a bit of mana. 350. DK not too much, though. If the DK runs to the front, once again, he's going to be siphoned and dry very soon. But anti-magic could be a massive help. DK still has a couple of coils to use, but now he's out of mana. That once again means no more healing, and that means no more chance the Dark Ranger will she be surviving the 3rd hero. Gets out of there. Just barely. But this expansion is lost.
A player's forces are under attack.
This is 9.5 armor rifles. So hard to kill, especially with the backup of the... It's gonna be level 5 Paladin. There we go. Level 5 now, and level 3. Thorzain was basically already winning these fights, and these are now the crown jewel levels.
A player's forces are under attack.
It's getting close though. Lich is level 4. He's got a lot of mana from those skeletons. If he eats them. Fiends 2-1 upgraded. 3 upgrades behind the rifles. And an aura. Well, the DK has an aura as well, I guess. Yeah, and the mana. The mana might be the biggest thing. The Blood Mage, he doesn't look like the scariest part of this army, but I think he might be just that, actually. Greets the Fiend with a Banish. Banish Bolt, Holy Light, instant kill on those, of course.
Forces are under attack.
He doesn't have the answer to this army. What is the answer to this army? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that I can tell you guys. This is just... Like, this is as close to the perfect army as it gets. But the Griffins are already here. This ends up being not much more than just a bit of nuisance and free experience in the end. Not really getting him closer to any level ups. Level 5 Blood Mage. That's instant out of mana. With the level 3 Siphon, but... Not sure that's gonna happen. Here we go. The last big fight of this game, perhaps. The Fiends not all anti-magic shelled up. The one in the north immediately getting taken out. Traded for a rifleman here perhaps, but look how hard it's to kill these rifles! This is just a rifleman, but it's not even dying with all this armor, with all this healing. Curse now coming in as well. The Siphon on the DK, but still getting drained, still getting drained, still getting drained, and the DK is out of mana. And that usually means that the fight is lost, as Thorzain is just storming forward. This is Rifleman standing in the middle of everything. He just doesn't care. He may be cursed up. That is reducing his damage output by a lot, but the damage output by WaN isn't high enough to warrant any concern here by Thorzain, who's still at 91 supply. I'm not sure that he lost a unit, and guess what? It is actually level 5 Blood Mage. He was late into this game, but he found so many kills, one of them being the DK. There's level 4 for the MK and the GG. Well played. 2-0 for Thorzain. Do you have your mic muted, by the way?
Yeah. I don't know for how long. Damn it. So yeah, once again, I think WaN didn't play bad at all, but Thorzain was just way too good today. He's back on the European scene. He's back in the top 8, where he belongs if he has time and is not too worked out, I guess. And then he is the second human in this qualifier alongside Hawk. Ente is the only German undead. WaN had the chance to be the second German undead there, but no. That was a fantastic open qualifier. There's still one game going on. Mose versus Please. I think you can see that at Hi to Chaco.
Yes.
Okay.
I think so too.
Let's see. Yes, it's 1-1 between them. So head over. There's an Alchemist level 6, so I guess who wins this? It is kind of the new dawn in the scene, as no Sonic, no Neutron. Instead, we have Johnny Cage, we have Thorzain, well, he was always there. We have Ente finally making it into the top 8. Yeah.
Ente's strong run continues here. The spring of 2019, or the early months of 2019 are very good to him. He made it to the Legendary Cup. He has a chance at WCG and a chance at WGL. He's been picked up by MTW as well. Everything is going right for Ente, as it seems. Thank you very much to Dennis for the 2-month resub and Ixot for the 8 months. Neo, you are muted. Yes, sorry, we did notice that later on. So, next stage is going to be the main qualifier. There we have Happy, Foggy, Cash, and Hawk as well. And there it's going to be the big test for Johnny Cage, Ente, Thorzain, and one of the two knives.
Indeed. I would think it's going to be Please, as he has an Alchemist level 6, and you know how much of a fan I am of Tranquility, of Transmute, but maybe we get a surprise. You can see that game over at twitch.tv/Hi2Chaco. For us, it's the end. There is an American qualifier going on as well. Not sure who's casting that. But there will be streamers, of course, so your Warcraft day doesn't end. We've been here since 1 p.m., so 8 hours, I guess, and we have to cast at 8 a.m. tomorrow as well, when it's H and W Masters. The WGL European qualifier will conclude on May 25 and 26, so actually in 3 weeks, not in 2. I was misinformed correctly. In 2 weeks is the American qualifier. And yeah, tomorrow we start a $44,500 tournament with the best Koreans and the best Chinese players that we have. Tomorrow is Group A, Infi, Colorful, Lin, and Soin. We're going to stream 3 games. It's all going to be round robin. Group B is on Tuesday with 120 Lucifer, Focus, and Lin Guagua. Wednesday, Group C, Fly Life, Lawlight, and Chimiko. And the group that I'm looking forward to the most is Group D on Thursday with Hug, TH, Moon, and Sock. And the games don't stop, because Friday we go into day 2 of Group A. Saturday and Sunday we have W League for you guys. The grand final is an offline tournament for $15,000, and we will be casting that. Looking forward to that a lot. And of course, there is the Iron Couch Cup, that you should support as well. Very good. Plenty of Warcraft action coming for us the next week. Every day, basically. I'm looking forward to it. It was a lot of fun here today. And yeah, that's it, basically. All right, thanks for tuning in. If you like this, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, our socials. You find the links in the description. We also have a Discord server, close to 3,000 people in there. So join the community and be part of it. Get the replays there if you are a Twitch subscriber, because if you click that button over there, you get replay packs from everything we cast, and you support the channel and Twitch. You can support us by PayPal, cryptocurrency, or credit card via Streamlabs. The link is also in the description if you want a tip. If you want merchandise, we have that over at shop.backtowarcraft.com, or if you do a purchase at Amazon, we have ref links over for the US, the UK, and Germany. Also the links in the description. If you want to see our broadcasting schedule, we have that over at backtowarcraft.com. With that being said, it was an awesome Sunday. Thank you so much for tuning in, and see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Adios.